on the South Island of New Zealand. He takes on our current champion, Jock Bone Langdon from Singleton. Jock was the 2013 Rookie of the Nation. The following year, he was crowned the #1 champion of this country. So it's Australia's best versus the Wakia South Island Cowboy. They get down as one. New Zealand's down, Australia's down, but oh, look at the Aussie. Ladies and gentlemen, he's up and he's got it done, yeah. The Wild Emu, you betcha. Put your hands together for him. Jock Bone Langdon, ladies and gentlemen. They call him the Emu Kid. He's got it done, and 2 points for Team Australia. Well, that'll be a good start in the steer wrestling for the Emu Kid. Yep, we got 2 points for the green and gold. Well, in this event, you'll notice the competitors ride the Australian quarter horses. They're a very, very heavily muscled horse. They've got a long, defined, sloping shoulder. But the power comes in the hindquarters, the acceleration that's required to meet maximum speed in the shortest possible time. Hence their name applies. They are the fastest horse on earth, over 250 metres. The Australian sprint-bred quarter horses. Well, let's get set to go with the next of our New Zealand matchups. Chris Hood, 41 years of age. He's a builder by profession from Rolleston in the South Island of New Zealand. He's like a human refrigerator. He's massive. He won the first round here on Thursday night with a time of 6.9 seconds. But he's matched up against the former Australian all-round champion from Goulburn in Joel Mansell. Joel was second last night with a 6.9 to his credit. Gates are back, lights are on. Let's watch the two boys in action. Australia and New Zealand, they get down as one. The big Kiwi's made a catch. Is he going to do it? The big human refrigerator. He gets him down. Chris Hood will pick up 2 points for Team New Zealand and 1 point for Joel Mansell from Goulburn. As I said, that big boy from over there at Rolleston, he's a massive man when it comes to steer wrestling. And when he drops that anchor, that boat normally comes to a big stop. Hey, Chris. Ladies and gentlemen, just while I got this mountain of a man here with me in the main arena and they change horses, Chris, you're a little further down the arena tonight than we thought you'd be, but made short work of him once you got there.
Yeah, I didn't really get the start I wanted. I lost a stirrup on the way out of the box, which made it a bit long way to run, but horse kept me honest and kept going, so it was good.
And you have a little bit of strength that helps you at times?
Only a little.
There you go, folks. You've heard it from him, the human refrigerator from South Island, New Zealand. Well, let's keep going. We've got a long way to go here tonight. Steer wrestling competitors, as we look down to the Australian team, we're going to go with the cowboy Glenn Chafe, the 2013 Australian steer wrestling champion from Walgett. Henry Nicol, New Zealand cowboy. Well, it's not looking too good for either team members. Now, New Zealand's made a catch. Hey, they're going to pick up 2 points once again, ladies and gentlemen. It is going to be 2 points to Team New Zealand. No points to Team Australia. Well, as we look to the big scoreboard at this point of time, following our steer wrestling competition, we will check the scores and check the tallies in our overall series. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you can see as I can on the international scoreboard, New Zealand 6, Australia 7. Have we got many people here tonight cheering on New Zealand? Well, there's a nice sprinkle through our crowd. I thought there'd be more New Zealand people live in Sydney. Have we got anybody here tonight that would like to see Australia win? Well, of course, we've got the finals of the cricket between Australia and New Zealand on Sunday. Wouldn't it be nice to cheer home a green and gold victory here tonight? There's just a little taste of the sporting events coming up in the coming days. We're going to go to an event called Saddle Bronc Riding. Competitors ride in the international saddles. They ride for a period of 8 seconds. In this competition, it's all about timing, coordination, and balance. Now, representing Team New Zealand, This time from Hawke's Bay. This is Graham Gannon. Graham's 25 years of age. Has had a tough start to the series. The horse that he's drawn, one of the famous horses from the Gill brothers. Malcolm, Eddie Gill, the two brothers, Jackson and Ryan, and the entire family do an amazing job with their livestock selection for our international series this week. Now in this event, disqualification will come for the breach of several rules. One is losing a stirrup in the 8-second whistle. The second is for double grab. And of course, the third and most influential disqualification will being bucked off before the 8-second whistle. New Zealand Cowboy, Graham Gannon. Well, just a little hesitation. We may have to stand things back up again. Well, things just haven't gone to plan for this competitor at this point of time. As you can understand, sometimes things in our livestock industry don't always go as one would like and one would plan. Well, we got him up. Boy, he was a little slow starting, but boy, hasn't he warmed it up a little this time. Now I'll just check from the judges. Ladies and gentlemen, there will be a re-ride awarded for that competitor. Graham Gannon will be awarded a re-ride. He will get another opportunity. The judges have that ability. If they feel the horse did not, to their satisfaction, give the rider an equal opportunity, they will be awarded a re-ride in this particular event. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're getting set to go with our next competitor in the Saddle Bronc riding competition here tonight. This will be the cowboy from Atunga in New South Wales, Luke Morgan. Now, Luke was the 2011 Australian Saddle Bronc riding champion. He then went on last year in Tamworth to win his second Australian championship in 2014. Started the show on Thursday night with 77 points. He won the round. Last night he backed it up again with 81 points. And tonight he's drawn a horse called Moves Like Jagger from the famous Gill Brothers Rodeo Company. This is a tough horse. Hardly ever been ridden, ladies and gentlemen. You've seen a record ride here tonight at the Sydney Royal Easter Show. Well, ladies and gentlemen, there's a little story to tell. Ladies and gentlemen, he's on the ground here tonight. Let's put your hands together for the Atunga Down Under cowboy, Luke Morgan. Well, we'll check the numbers from the officials as they come through. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I will tell you a little story. Last night, after that cowboy marked the 81-point score, he was knocked unconscious here in the main arena, and he was assisted out of the arena. This morning, before daylight, he travelled to Braidwood in southern New South Wales and was 82 points at 10 o'clock this morning. But I can tell you a story a little better. Tonight at the Sydney Royal Easter Show, 24 hours later, 86 points for Team Australia. Well, it's put them in a great competition at this stage. Team Australia strong in the Saddle Bronc riding. Let's go with their second matchup. From Kaitai, North Island, the 2014 New Zealand champion, Roman Niho. Well, he's come back with a little more aggression. The New Zealand Cowboys looking to make a nice ride. Oh, you can't deny it, ladies and gentlemen. He is one of the best cowboys here at the Sydney Royal Easter Show. Let's put our hands together for their 2 times New Zealand champion, Roman Niho. Well, the international series alive and strong at the Sydney Royal Easter Show. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the officials here tonight have adjudicated with the score of 75 points for New Zealand, 75. Well, we're going to come back to Team Australia once again. The contestant we look to this time is a livestock agent. He's one of Australia's finest auctioneers. with Landmark in Armidale. This is Chris Williams. He was a runner-up Australian champion in 2014. Poke Salad Annie, the name of the horse that he will endeavour to challenge here tonight. He needs better than 75 points. Chris has been one of the form riders of the series thus far. Let's see if we can get him done here tonight in the competition. It's Chris Williams from Armidale, New South Wales. Lots of elevation, lots of action. Goes through that spurring system ride for the 8-second period. Well, ladies and gentlemen, he has heard the hooter in the background. Our pickup riders, David and Peter Kelly, their job now is to move forward. Grab our Australian cowboy. He's on the ground from Armidale, New South Wales. That is Chris Williams. $67 points for Chris, a score of 67 points in the round, 67. Well, it's back down to the team captain of New Zealand in saddle bronc riding. He was a two-time saddle bronc riding champion of New Zealand from Dunback, Paul Robinson. This is Paul's 4th time captaining in the team New Zealand. Horse that he's drawn is a horse called Iced Tea. He's a little cool. He's a customer that was bred out in the Mendoran region. Paul Robinson, the final of the New Zealand Cowboys. Tough to get by on. Let's see what the Kiwi captain can do in the round of the competition. He synchronizes that action. Oh no! What a recovery! Well, ladies and gentlemen, he looked like he was set to be launched into orbit. Let's put our hands together for your New Zealand captain, ladies and gentlemen. That's Paul Robinson. Well, he's had a great series thus far. He was 73 points in the first round, 68 points in round number 2. $67 points for Paul, 67. Well, in the previous matchup, Roman Niho picked up the 75-point ride to pick up 2 points for New Zealand. We're going to go down to our next competitor in the competition. Let's keep our eyes glued to Team Captain Australia. Robert Bandy from the Warwick Creek Station, ladies and gentlemen. He is a man in a mission. Team Captain Australia, hang on, Robert, hang on. Well, ladies and gentlemen, he is inspirational. He leads by example. Well, I tell you what, folks, he does an amazing job as their team captain, keeps the spirit alive. In the team from down under, put your hands together for the boy from Warwick Creek Station, Willow Tree, New South Wales. $75 points. It's going to be 2 very valuable points to Team Australia. 75 points, 1 to New Zealand. Well, we do have the re-ride yet to go in the competition for Graham Gannon, the first of the New Zealand riders. Well, he has a task before him. Graham Gannon has to beat the score set by Luke Morgan of 86 points in the competition to pick up 2 points for his team. Remember, a qualified ride will see him pick up 1 point for the team in the pop. Whoa, boy, he is keen to get it on. Let's go saddle bronc riding. Team New Zealand trying to get it done for the 8-second period. It looks like he's going to be there. Well, it is going to be an 8-second qualifying ride for the young man from Hawke's Bay, New Zealand. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for all of our Kiwi riders here in the saddle bronc riding competition. $59 points, but a qualified ride will pick up 1 point for their team in the competition. 59 points here tonight. So it'll be 2 points to Team Australia, 1 to New Zealand. Well, as we get set to go with our next event on the competition tonight, it should be the ladies' barrel racing competition. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we look to the big international scoreboard. 2 events yet to go, and that is the barrel racing and bull riding competition. Keep your eyes glued. Now, in this particular event, competitors ride in tandem. New Zealand will be Brianna Lemont, riding a horse called the Cowboy Rock. She was second in the round last night with a time of 17.87. She takes on Australia's Rookie of the Year, Hayley Hill from Camden. She rides a little buckskin horse called Richie. Now, the light systems will be used once again in this competition. Lights are on, cowgirls are on, and they're off and running. Where has happened? There's been an issue with the Australian cowgirl. Now, New Zealand's got out early. This is something Australia didn't. Oh, well, there's going to be a big change in the program. She's around the first. She's got to keep it solid. There's a 5-second penalty to New Zealand. Can she do it under 5? I'm not sure, ladies and gentlemen. We'll have to wait for the officials. Man. Well, I've got it from the head judge and official. Due to the fact there was a 5-second penalty to New Zealand, it is 2 points, Team Australia. 1 point to New Zealand. That 5-second penalty with a knockdown barrel proved to be the difference on that particular occasion. Well, let's move on down to the next matchup in the competition. This time, representing Australia is our current Australian champion, Bianca Hurdle from Canamble. She rides that outstanding little mare called Cash. They won the national championship in Tamworth. And taking on the New Zealand cowgirl, Liz McKinley. Okay, they're off and running. Liz McKinley, New Zealand, a little tight on that second drum. Now, watch the Australian champion. Watch this call. Oh, go. She is our current Australian champion. She's made a good break. Come on, Sydney. Let's cheer her home. She's the #1 girl in this nation. It is Bianca Hurdle, and it is 2 points, Team Australia. 1 point to New Zealand. Well, the Australian girls have been the difference here tonight. They start to put a little break in the team points. At this stage, we have New Zealand 12, Australian 16. One final matchup before we go bull riding. Representing Australia, Nicole Fitzpatrick from Willow Tree, riding her little black horse called Cold Dice. Won the round here last night, and it'll be Marie Oddie, New Zealand girl, gets a little wide. Now there's going to be 5-second penalties to Team Australia this time. Marie Oddie's just got to keep them up and not knock one down. It is going to be close because it's unfortunate, but it looks good for Team New Zealand. Well, I can assure you folks, it is going to be 2 points to New Zealand, Marie Oddie, and only 1 point in that particular matchup to Australia's Nicole Fitzpatrick. Well, the ladies' barrel racing bring us a little speed, they bring us a little excitement and a little thrill to the air here tonight in the ladies' barrel racing competition. Well, let's look to the big scoreboard. We've got one single vent left to go, ladies and gentlemen. The scores at this stage, it is New Zealand 14, but the pride and spirit of the boys from down under, 17, Australia. Well, as we get set to go with our next event, I'd like to take this opportunity to welcome in the arena our protection clowns, ladies and gentlemen. Give them a big warm welcome back to the arena, Lincoln Brown and Warren Norton. Well, guys, we get set for the Thunder Down Under event, bull riding competition. Hey, Lincoln, should be a big night. I see they've got all the rank bulls from up there in the Horton Valley in.
Yeah, mate, we have, and we've got a good crowd here tonight too, and they won't be disappointed, mate. These bulls will definitely put on a show, and a bit of luck, the boys will hump up and get a few rode.
Tell me, this is your third night in the competition. Body's still holding well, Lincoln. We've got 11 more nights after tonight.
Yeah, mate. Yeah, no, we're just warming up, but we'll be still here at the finish.
That's the spirit, folks. And with me here tonight, ladies and gentlemen, is a man that's been a 7 times Australian protection clown. I guess we can't call you a veteran, but we can call you very experienced, Warren Norton. Hey, how's it been so far, mate?
Oh, it's been unreal, Glenn. You know, the Gill brothers have brought, you know, terrific stock here to Sydney Royal, and it's always a great pleasure to be here myself.
Well, I tell you what, you do an amazing job. I admire you every single night. Ladies and gentlemen, we call them the unsung heroes, the protection clowns, the bullfighters. You call them what you care. But put your hands together for them, Lincoln Brown and Warren Norton, the men in the middle, right here in bull riding competition. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is the biggest crowd that we've had at the show so far this week, and it's always exciting to get to this part of our program. Folks, are you ready for some bull riding? Oh, listen, seriously, this is our biggest crowd by far. It's the third night of our international series, and it's the only time of the year that bull riding comes to the Homebush Olympic Showground. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll ask you one final time. Are you ready for bull riding? Well, as our first of the New Zealand riders get sets to do battle here tonight, ladies and gentlemen, his name is Ernie Rika. He's 22 years of age from Rotorua. He works in the thoroughbred racing industry. He's a track work rider. The sport of bull riding is the sport that he enjoys immensely. Competes on a regular circuit throughout the North and South Island of New Zealand. It's his first time representing his homeland here at the Sydney Royal Easter Show International Rodeo Series. Now, in the first two nights of competition, we've only had two scores. Fraser Babington was 86 points in the first round for New Zealand, and last night it was Johnson Davis from Rotorua that was 76 points to win the prize pool in bull riding. We have not yet seen an Australian competitor make the 8-second whistle. This is where New Zealand can overtake us. They're strong in bull riding. Their toughness shone through in the opening two rounds of the competition. They are really going to need to warm up to the task, the Australian boys, to get by here tonight. Now, in this event, the competitors ride with a loosely braided bull rope. They have an 8-second period with which they must hang on. The free hand not to come in contact with any part of your equipment through that 8-second period. Remember, folks, the louder you clap, the harder you cheer, the bigger chance of a high score and a great ride for the Rotorua New Zealand Cowboy. Gets him started. He's on top. He's looking good. Oh, no. Well, ladies and gentlemen, come on, put your hands together for the young boy, 22 years of age from Rotorua, New Zealand. Well, no scores for the first man in the New Zealand team, Ernie Rika. Well, it's our attention now that we focus on Australia and the boy from Collinsville, North Queensland. This young man is called Jake Plate. He was a 2014 North Queensland bull riding champion. He was a former junior champion of North Queensland, his first Northern state title last year. Buck Wild is the name of the bull from the Gill Brothers Rodeo Company. Now, folks, we need Sydney support. We need Australia to be up for an 8-second ride. It's Buck Wild time. Around the corner, Jake Plate, no. Well, come on, ladies and gentlemen. A little bit of appreciation goes a long way for these guys. We've got a big Sydney Royal Easter Show to get through yet. This is only round number 3 of our international series. The bull riding that we see here tonight, these bulls have been specifically bred from proven bloodlines, from progeny that have been successful in professional rodeo in Australia for many, many years. The Gill brothers and their family, some 6 generations, have supplied livestock for the rodeo sporting arena throughout every state of Australia. Well, little bull not familiar with the surroundings here tonight, taking a little time to find that catch pen, but once we do so, I'm certain that he'll exit. It's, of course, important that we remove the bulls from the arena prior to the commencement of each rider. Well, we go back to Team New Zealand as we get set to go with our next competitor in the competition tonight. This will be Ty Parkins. Well, the contestant gets set in this event. Good vibes. Last night we had one competitor. Fraser Babington was injured in the bull riding. This young man has had to stand in as a replacement for their chosen rider in Fraser Babington. Now, New Zealand, with a qualified ride, will put them right back in this match. Good vibes. He's electric. He's super fast. He's quick, and he's got attitude. Team New Zealand, look at this boy go, ladies and gentlemen. Cut a little flack. Team New Zealand's back in the race. Well, ladies and gentlemen, come on, Sydney. We've got an 8-second ride in the bull riding competition, and it's Team New Zealand. It gets it done in the opening rounds of the competition. I said earlier tonight, they were the only team to get 8-second rides in the opening section, and they've proven it once again here tonight. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I've double-checked the officials. We've got a score of 82 points. Team New Zealand, 82. Well, now it's up to the Australian national champion. Well, for the first time in history, a Western Australian bull riding champion by the name of Wade McCarthy came to the Eastern States and won the silver and gold championship buckle of 2014. He's a second-generation bull rider. His dad, Steve McCarthy, was a champion on the professional circuit of the 70s and 80s. Wadey's son, eye candy time. Well, what a finish we've got in store, ladies and gentlemen. Let's look to the scoreboards. Let's look to the scoreboards. At this point of time, we've got 2 bull riders remaining, 1 from each country. And the scores at this point of time, it's New Zealand 16, Australia 17. Well, as we come down to the final of the New Zealand Bull Riders, this is the man that won the round last night. This is Johnson Davis from Rodeo on the North Island. He's been a 2 times New Zealand bull riding champion. He comes with 4 years of experience in the highest level. Tonight, it's staunched up from the Gill Brothers Rodeo Company. New Zealand makes a ride and they take the lead in the series. Let's see what he does here tonight. New Zealand Cowboy around the first corner, around the second corner. He's looking good, ladies and gentlemen. Team New Zealand. Well, we're just going to check from our officials. Let me check from our judges here tonight. Now, the bull may not have been to the build-up and expectations that they were hoping for. Let me check the numbers from the officials. 70 points for New Zealand. But what it does, ladies and gentlemen, it is now up to Australia, Carl Green. Well, here's a guy that was our 2012 Australian bull riding champion. He went and lived in Canada in 2013. He won the Southern Death Canadian Bull Riding Championship of that season. The Green Machine, we call him, from Walker, Northern New South Wales. Come on, Team Australia, let's get him home. Come on, Greenie, let's do it for Team Australia. We need a score, ladies and gentlemen. The Green Machine's on top. Well, what a finish in our series here tonight. This is going to come down to the wire. If he scores more than the New Zealand rider, it will be a win to Australia. If it's less, it will be a dead heat. Let's check the numbers. Well, ladies and gentlemen, as we watch the replay on the big screen, under immense pressure, the defending champion of Australia, he sets the scoreboard, 74 points, and it's a win to the green and gold. Well, this is what our International Rodeo Series is all about. The 2 greatest countries in rodeo competition, 6 nights at the Sydney Royal Easter Show, and barely 2 points separate at the end of the bull riding competition. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure here tonight in the main arena to announce the winners. The scores were New Zealand 17, but the pride and joy of the green and gold from rural and regional areas of Australia, they come to Sydney, and it's 19 points to Australia. Led out by team captain Robert Bandy. Come on, Sydney, let's hear it for Team Australia. What an effort. What a fighting spirit. And of course, commiserations to a very gallant New Zealand team. They've come here with high expectations and they've certainly lived up to it, and they've done an amazing job to come right down to the final bull in the final event of our competition here tonight. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's been an absolute pleasure to be a part of this spectacle. I look forward to another 11 nights of rodeo competition here. We've got 3 nights with the International Series. We have 2 nights of the All-Stars, Australia's Best Challenge. And then the final 6 nights is always that big State of Origin series between the New South Wales and Queensland Cowboys. Well, ladies and gentlemen, hope you've enjoyed tonight. At this point of time, I'd like to hang back once again to our main ring control, my good friends in Angus Lane and Tim Drevelman, to take you through tonight's program. Thanks, guys, and see you back tomorrow night.
Oh, how about it, Sydney? How about you put your hands together for Glenn Morgan? He is the voice of rodeo around the country. Boy, oh boy, that came down to the wire. 19 Australia to 17 New Zealand. Our Aussie boys and girls certainly did us proud. Well, ladies and gentlemen, girls and boys, you having a good time here this evening? Well, we've got plenty of action still to come. Coming up, we've got the magnificent wood chop and chainsaw relay. We've also got the amazing tribute to the Australian wool industry. And then we get a little bit wild here in the main arena with extreme corruption. Well, sit back, relax, all the entertainment's still to come. Hope you're enjoying your night here in the Spotless Stadium as we go. 2015, the Sydney Royal Easter Show coming up very, very soon will be the next of our entertainment